Yo guys, how's it going? Welcome back to another video here today. Basically what I've got for you guys is a little bit of a different video. I'm not going to be talking about FIFA, doing a pack opening, player exchange, anything like that. I'm just going to be talking about in real life football. Here today what I'm going to be doing is talking about the most active BPL teams during the transfer window, who I think has done the best signings and who I think has done the worst. But I'm only going to do the top 10 to shorten down the video a little bit more so it doesn't drag on for you guys. So yeah, let's get straight on into the video. Are you in need of great graphic designs? Then head on over to Twitter and follow at FIFA Irish Play to receive the best cheap graphic designs, and also use the discount code FIFAGFX for a cheeky little discount. Link in the description. So I have put in 10th place is Middlesbrough. Middlesbrough have actually been very active in the transfer window this year for a team that has just come up to the BPL from the Championship. I think that they've brought in a lot of good players. They've spent 12 million on this Martin de Roon guy and Fisher for 3.8 million from Ajax. They've actually brought in some really experienced players to help push them along in the BPL, and they've also brought in the most experienced goalkeeper probably in the Premier League, which is Victor Valdez. He's been going along for a long time. He used to play at Barcelona, now at Middlesbrough. I think it's given him a good shot at staying up in the Premier League this year. And they've also signed the striker of Negredo, who again is also a very good signing for them. To be honest, they've not really lost that many players from selling. They mostly just loaned the players. I have no clue about Middlesbrough, not gonna lie, I don't know much of the players, but seems to be if they've got rid of them, it's probably a young talent, which is making them get game time instead of struggling in the BPL, which is, I think, a very good move. The only person that they've actually sold is Adam Reach to Sheffield Wednesday for 5 million. And 5 million for Middlesbrough is quite a lot, so I think they've done well there. But they have lost their experienced centre-back of Jonathan Woodgate. But other than that, I think Middlesbrough have done very well this transfer window. So in 9th place is Crystal Palace. I think Crystal Palace, again, have done very well for the signings that they've made. They maybe have overspent on Christian Benteke, giving Liverpool their 30 million back for him. But I think it could be a really good experience to go alongside with Loic Remy, who is on loan from Chelsea. I think that is a really good signing, a pacey striker that can lead Palace going forward after losing the likes of Yannick Bolasie and Dwight Gale. I think that is why I've put them so low down. But other than that, they've made some really good signings. They made Steve Mandanda, who they got from Marseille for free, really experienced goalkeeper. I think he will do well in the Premier League. And then they've also got Andros Townsend from Newcastle United. So they've replaced the pace that they have ended up losing. So I think Crystal Palace have done very well during this transfer window. So in 8th place is Stoke City. I think Stoke City have had a pretty good transfer window. They've not really lost many outstanding players. The only player that they've probably lost that's actually half decent is going to be Odin Wingy. But other than that, I think they've done really well to hold on to most of the team. They've not really actually sold many players. They've just got rid of them on loan, and they've not really got rid of any players that have stood out at Stoke, but they have made some really good signings. I think Joe Allen is going to play really well for Stoke City, making them strengthen their midfield. I think that is a really good signing. Wilfred Boney from Manchester City on loan is definitely going to be attacking them with a strike force, because that's how Stoke City play. They don't really play with much pace, passing around, getting the ball forward. I think Boney could do very well at Stoke City. And then finally, the signing that stands out to me as well is Bruno Martins Indi, a very good signing for Stoke from Porto on loan. I think they have really strengthened their backline with that signing. They could do very well this upcoming season. So in 7th position is champions Leicester. I would have liked to put them high up, but due to the loss of N'Golo Kante, I had to put them a lot further down. They did sell him for 32 million to Chelsea. I think that is a really good sell though, to be honest, because they've got a lot more money in the bank, and they've helped bring that to sign the players that they've ended up getting. This paid just under 30 million for Slimani, another great striker for Leicester City who can play behind Jamie Vardy and also has the strong connection with Mahrez, which gives him a perfect link in FIFA. Despite the selling of Kante, they have replaced him with Mendy, another French midfielder. I don't think he's going to be as good as Kante, who led them to victory to win the Premier League last season, but I think Mendy could do the job. You never know. In 6th place is Liverpool. I think Liverpool have actually done very well during this transfer window. We'll start off with Christian Benteke. He wasn't really playing well for Liverpool at all. They paid it 30 million for him, and they managed to get 30 million back from Crystal Palace, which is exactly what they wanted. And with that 30 million, they've been able to spend it on Sadio Mane. I think Mane is going to be a great replacement for Benteke to help Liverpool on the wing. And I think it'll give him a lot more pace. It'll be a lot more frightening up front to play against him. And yeah, I think that is a very good signing for Liverpool. I think another good signing for Liverpool is Matip, strengthening at the back. Liverpool have been a little bit iffy at the back in the past couple of seasons, but I think Matip can really strengthen the back with the signing of Wijnaldum as well for 25 million pounds from Newcastle. I think that is a really good signing as well. I really rate Wijnaldum, but he didn't really do well at Newcastle, but he did do really well during the PSV times, and I think this could be a good signing for Liverpool. However, the loss of Martin Skrtel and Jordan Ibe could be a bit iffy, because I thought Skrtel has been very experienced at Liverpool, and getting rid of an experienced centre-back like that is pretty frustrating. And a young talent like Jordan Ibe going to Bournemouth is pretty upsetting as well. He could do really well at Bournemouth, I'm not too sure. So yeah, Liverpool in 6th position. In 5th position is West Ham United. A lot of signings have come from West Ham United this season. They have been very active, and one that I want to point out straight away is Arbeloa, a very experienced right back who could help West Ham in the Premier League. They've also brought in some young talent like Ashley Fletcher from Manchester United, and then they've also signed Ayew, who I think will be a massive signing for West Ham. A very pacey winger who could help threaten defences for West Ham United. And also another signing is Feghouli, a massive signing for West Ham. Getting him for free I think is a really good deal. A lot of pace he can bring to the Premier League, could threaten defences quite a lot, and it could bump up West Ham in the league once again. Moving on into the top 4, I think this is a really interesting one that I put here. It's Arsenal. I think Arsenal have actually done really well this season, bringing out the players that they did need. They needed someone that could replace Giroud instead of having a sluggish, lazy striker at front. They've now brought in Lucas Perez. He did have a team of the season during FIFA, and it looked like a very good card indeed. So he's got good shooting, good pace and good dribbling. I think it could be a really good addition to the team for Arsenal. They have definitely done what they needed to do, and they've also brought in an experienced centre-back. Mustafi was linked to Manchester United. I would have loved to sign him, and I am pretty jealous that Arsenal have ended up getting him. Would have been a good signing, got him for 35 million, and I think that will be a good addition to the centre-backs, Shelny and now Mustafi. I think Arsenal have a really strong defence now. Also, early on in the transfer window, they did end up signing Xhaka for £34 million, a really strong midfielder which could help improve the midfield of Arsenal. So in 3rd position, I have ended up going with Chelsea. I think Chelsea have had a really strong transfer window. 4 of the 5 signings are extremely high prices, all of them over 20 million. But first of all, we'll talk off with Batshuayi. £33 million move from Marseille. I think it is really good that Chelsea have ended up buying him. Diego Costa's not had the greatest of seasons, but now they bring on Batshuayi as well. Is really impressive. He could bring a lot of pace and threaten defences, which Chelsea haven't seen for the past season, which I think is a really good move. Also, the signing of N'Golo Kante from Leicester is incredible. He definitely led Leicester to winning the season last year. I think that is definitely a good move. And also strengthening the back with David Luiz, a massive signing for Chelsea, bringing him back on deadline day, a massive signing, and I do think he's going to do really well at Chelsea. Didn't see the best the first time that he stayed there, but he's improved at PSG, and now he's back, and I think he could be a threat with his powerful shots, and he's got a big head for defending as well. So that does indeed mean we're into the top 2, and I must announce it is the 2 Manchester sides. For number 2, I have ended up going with Manchester City. They have had a really strong transfer window, and I think that they've brought in a lot of good players. John Stones, Claudio Bravo, Gabriel Jesus, Leroy Sané, Nolito, Gundogan, all great signings that can boost the overall team, especially the defence and the attack as well. So now Leroy Sané can bring in the pace, which Jesus Navas hasn't used since he's been signed for about the past 3 seasons. We've not really seen much of him. I thought he was going to be a threat for Manchester City, but he cleared out not to be, and I think Sané is definitely a good replacement for him. If I had to choose, I don't think John Stones is going to end up doing well for a £50 million move. I think that is definitely overpaid, but I think Leroy Sané is probably going to do the best at City this season out of the signings that they have. However, they have ended up losing Joe Hart, a very experienced goalkeeper for Manchester City. I don't know whether Bravo is going to do very well from Barcelona, but we'll have to wait and see. So it does end up meaning the top club is indeed Manchester United. Definitely the best season I've ever seen Manchester United do during a transfer window ever since I've been a supporter since 2005. They did end up making a world record transfer for Paul Pogba, bringing him back home. I think that is a really good signing to build up that midfield, because we've been lacking a lot of creativity from the midfield to help the attack, and the attack has been suddenly strengthened by the free signing of Zlatan Ibrahimovic. I think that is a really good signing. And then Eric Bailly, our first transfer, didn't seem out. I didn't have a clue where he was. And these first couple of games that he's played, he's got 3 man of the matches already, and I think he's going to be a great centre back to go alongside with Chris Smalling, who had a great season last season. If Mourinho can end up getting them two to pair together, I think it would be a very good pairing. And finally, Henrik Mkhitaryan. I think he's a really good signing, assisting and goal scoring during the Bundesliga throughout the whole of last season. I think he's a very good addition to the right mid. We've not really had a strong right mid with Hamata playing there, who isn't the best, but I think Mkhitaryan can do a very good well there. And to be honest, we've not really lost any spectacular plays. We've sent out youths on loan, which I think is a very good move, as they're not going to get gameplay time under Mourinho, so I think that is a really good move by Mourinho. The only 2 players that we've really sold is Daniel Love and Paddy McNair. I didn't really rate Paddy McNair at all. So yeah, that is basically going to conclude the top 10 BPL most active teams during the transfer window. So yeah guys, if you have ended up enjoying this video, make sure you smash that like button and subscribe if you are new. Make sure you let me know in the comments if you agree with my decisions or disagree with my decisions. But until the next video, I'm out. So stay sick, stay epic, peace.